When I moved the railway layout, quite a lot of the ballast along the track was getting away. So now I will fix it, and at the same time I will change the grain size so it's more of the scale, and I have a lot of sample here and of course wood glue to fix it at the place. Here you can see the difference in grain size. The ballast on the left is far too coarse. It looks like big rocks in the real world. So I'm switching to one of the finer grades. When I first built the model railway, it took up the entire kitchen and I couldn't keep it that way. So I moved it onto a couple of small tables in the living room. During the move, I had to tilt the whole layout upright, and a big load of ballast came loose. Some of it is still lying along the track, so the first step is to bring out the vacuum cleaner. The main problem is the scale issue. The old ballast was simply too large, and it didn't stick very well when I glued it because of that. On some sections the ballast is missing completely, so yes, this needs fixing. Now I need to choose the right grade and the right color tone. I have new bags of ballast, but also actually some old ones from the 60s, from when my brother and I built railways together, classic brands like Faller. I considered adding ballast between the rails on Märklin C-track, but that would be too much work, and the C-track already has a built-in ballast profile. So I leave it as it is and focus instead on getting a smooth transition with the finer ballast that I'm putting on. To reduce the amount of the quite expensive ballast I need, and to keep the layout light, I fill the largest gaps with wall filler. I spread it out with my fingers. A slightly uneven surface doesn't matter. Before adding the ballast, I paint over the filler with a mix of green and black acrylic paint. That way no white patches will shine through when the ballast ends up a bit sparse. You make do with what you have, and I mix the shades I've got to get a suitable color. It can vary a bit between different sections of the track. That's perfectly fine. This one turns out a little too much on the brown side, but that doesn't really matter. I brush on wood glue, slightly diluted with water, just a thin layer. The nice thing about wood glue is that when it dries, it turns clear. Then I sprinkle the ballast with a small medicine cup as even as possible and press it down with my fingers, a bit deeper in the middle. Finally, I drip on more diluted wood glue with a little dish soap to break the surface tension. This helps the glue sink in properly between the grains.
Ja, det här tycker jag ser väldigt bra ut. Jag är nöjd. I och för sig, det blir nog lite tidsödande innan alla spår blir klara, men det är inga problem. Jag har förtröstan.